You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Ken Bufa. The House is voting tonight on a deal to end the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. The Senate has already approved the bill. If passed, President Trump says he will sign it once it gets to his desk. Now, once he does, government services that have been halted should start to come back, and it's expected to take several days for airports and air travel to return to normal. And only in Newsday, a Bayshore man accused in the case of a missing 14-year-old girl has pleaded guilty to drug charges. 63-year-old Ralph Knowles pleaded guilty will get him 7 years in prison. He admitted to selling crack and heroin to an undercover cop. Knowles is among 23 people charged in 2 states in connection with the missing girl. Prosecutors claim Knowles tried to rape her. And there were opening statements today in the trial for a former aide to Governors Hochul and Cuomo, who's accused of acting as an agent of China. Now, prosecutors say Linda's son used her influence in government to help the Chinese government. She and her husband are also accused of laundering millions of Chinese officials and using the money to buy a Manhasset mansion. And only in Newsday, a federal judge has agreed to postpone ex-Nassau County Executive Ed Mangano resentencing until January. Mangano was convicted in 2019 on corruption charges. His attorneys said they needed extra time to review a pre-sentencing report. And a memorial was held today in Queens in honor of those killed in the Flight of 587 disaster 24 years ago. Now, 2 months after the 9/11 terrorist attacks, the Dominican Republic-bound plane crashed in Belle Harbor, Queens. It happened minutes after leaving JFK. Everyone on the plane was killed. 5 people on the ground also died. And lots of Long Islanders may want to look at the sky tonight. They may be able to see northern lights again. Experts say to find a dark area and perhaps take a picture of the sky to capture colors not visible to the naked eye. Our photographer Steve Fost shot these photos you see here of the northern lights in Patchogue just last night. All right, here's a quick look at tomorrow's weather. It was a pretty chilly day today, but you knew that going in, and it's supposed to get a little warmer. We're talking 50s now, mostly cloudy skies tomorrow. Of course, we'll have that 7-day forecast for you later in the broadcast. We continue our year-long investigative series focusing on Long Island's dangerous roads. Today we're looking at how hit-and-run crashes are devastating local families.
Dean was just always a very, very happy person. He liked to joke around a lot.
Pictures of Ruth Ann Arnum's son, Dean, fill every room in her home. Everywhere she turns, she sees him.
I can't let that go. I need him to be around me. I just feel like if he's there, he's with us.
His bedroom, untouched, down to his laundry basket, garbage can, and the water in his water bottle.
If I take that away, he's gone. And I can't do that. I'm not ready.
On December 30th, 2022, 23-year-old Dean was walking to his car off Route 58 in Riverhead when he was struck and killed by 2 drivers. The second one never stopped.
I don't think she would have ever come forward if they didn't catch her.
30-year-old Coraline Meyer was arrested 6 days after the crash and sentenced to 90 days in jail.
What rehabilitation does anyone get for 90 days? None.
The maximum sentence for a deadly hit-and-run crash is 2 1/3 to 7 years in prison. Officials say more serious charges only apply if there's evidence the driver was under the influence.
I think the law has incentivized it in part by not having a discouraging or deterring effect in the law of making it a higher level offense.
Newsday's team of investigative reporters have compiled crash data from across the island and found from 2019 to 2023, there were 244 serious and fatal hit-and-run crashes, more than half involving a cyclist or pedestrian. Evolving technology has helped lead to more arrests over the years, but it remains a persistent problem.
There is just countless instances of victims and victims' families not only being deprived justice in the criminal case, but also being deprived of the type of justice they're entitled to in the civil case.
Prosecutors in both counties say as of October, a large majority of the hit-and-run crashes this year have been solved, but penalties for convicted drivers vary significantly.
I love you so much. Thank you, Mom, for making me such good food all the time.
Ruth Ann and others say the laws surrounding these crashes need to be strengthened, with stricter, more consistent penalties put in place.
He didn't get the justice he deserved. I can't close that chapter. I probably never will.
Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Macy Eglund.
Now, to read more about our dangerous roads investigation, go to Newsday.com, click Get More, below the Newsday TV video box. Only in Newsday, home buyers may have another option other than the 30-year mortgage. Virginia Huey tells us more.
$800,000 home, I mean, that's tough for anyone to, afford.
Raphael Gordon and many other Long Islanders say sky-high home prices make the American dream virtually impossible, especially for first-time home buyers. Now, President Trump has proposed creating 50-year mortgages to address the housing affordability crisis. The goal of a longer mortgage plan is to lower monthly payments.
It's going to make everything more affordable.
Real estate broker Brian Karp says Trump's proposal would help.
We need to be able to get young buyers into homes. And unless we're going to be bringing prices down, or unless you're bringing interest rates back to 2, 3, 4%, this is the next greatest thing.
But mortgage broker Larry Matarazzo says the drawback for homebuyers is they would end up paying far more in interest over time.
The reality is they will very likely be offered something that's 0.5% or 0.75% higher than what they'd be paying on a 30-year loan. If I'm giving somebody 50 years to pay back a mortgage and I'm charging them a significantly higher interest rate, the net benefit is not going to be there.
Long Islanders Newsday spoke with aren't sold on Trump's proposal.
Part of the middle class being able to acquire any kind of money is the equity in their home. You're going to be 70 years old and still paying off your home? That's ridiculous.
And the White House has not explained how it would get around the Dodd-Frank Act, a financial regulation law which limits qualified mortgages to 30 years. Reporting for Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
East Meadows senior quarterback Trevor Smith waited 2 long years for his time. He missed his sophomore season with a broken thumb, and right before the start of last season, he experienced significant swelling in his throwing arm.
We called the trainer over and we were like, this has to be something more than just some inflammation from throwing. So it was something that we wanted to make sure we took care of.
An MRI revealed a blood clot that spread from Smith's shoulder to his lungs. He was placed on blood thinners for 3 months and diagnosed with thoracic outlet syndrome.
I wasn't really thinking about being it that serious because nobody was really telling me at the time, and they didn't really want to scare me about what it actually was. So I was really just focusing on not missing another season.
Smith spent all of last season on this sideline, unsure if he would ever play football again.
On game day, we were giving him a headset, we're letting him do some signals and have some fun with it, let him call some plays here and there. And we tried to do everything we could to keep his spirits up.
Smith made his debut in East Meadows' opening game this season. He had 255 total yards and 4 touchdowns in a win over Belmore JFK.
I'm not just out there by myself. I was really representing my family and the people who have supported me this whole time, and I was really just blessed to be on the field again.
He led the Jets to a 5-3 record and a home playoff game.
It's just surreal to be even out in the field in general. I mean, if you told me this last year that I would be in the position where I am today with how I'm doing, I would not believe you at all. So it's just great to be on this field right now.
I'm Matt Lindsay for Newsday TV.
All right, let's take a closer look at your 7-day forecast. The chilliest day was today, and we got through it. Hopefully you have thawed at your home. And as you can see, we have a bit of a warmer day coming up. 53 degrees tomorrow, 51, 50, 59 on Sunday. It's going to get chilly, though, next week with wind again. And by the way, Sunday, yes, that does look like rain.
Long Island weather is brought to you by PTRC.
Now for more on the stories you've seen here today, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. I'm Ken Buffa. More news coming up.
Only in Newsday, one girl's harrowing story reveals some of Long Island's darkest secrets. Newsday investigates the alleged web of crime around a missing teen.
You're vulnerable because of your age, period.
A complex story of drug abuse and sex trafficking that led to 23 arrests.
It's not the only case like this.
And a system unable to help the most vulnerable.
Any family can be at risk.
Unprotected, an exclusive Newsday investigation. Now available at Newsday.com/unprotected.